first into the Shark Tank is a flock of fish who believe they can make your water cleaner.
Hi,
Hi,
Sharks.
Sharks.
I'm Kendall Kirkland.
I'm Julia Brower.
I'm Bella Lorenzo.
And today we're asking you for $850,000 in exchange for 5% equity in our company.
Hey, Mark. You thirsty? Yeah, well, do you want to drink this? I don't think so. If you don't invest in our company, this is what Pittsburgh will look like in the next 10 years, and you, your kids, and your grandchildren will be drinking water that looks like this.
Whereas you could be drinking water that looks like this. With our new flocculation and sewage system, you can get clean water too.
So why is this now a problem? In Pittsburgh, 75% of the sewage treatment systems are combined. So this means that wastewater from rainfall, but also sewage flow into the same pipes. So whenever storms happen, overflow is super likely. When an excess of rain enters the drains, it can go over the wall and go back into the rivers without being treated. And so this graph shows you, as you can see here, that over the years, the amount of rainfall in Pittsburgh is actually increasing. So we're gonna see more sewage overflow in the future. So it's still a current problem. So this is a model showing what our new systems are gonna be doing. So this black paint here is supposed to just show the underground. So this obviously wouldn't be visible. This is the sewer pipe here. And as you can see, the tissue paper, the dark brown is supposed to represent the contaminated water. And then we have various parts that have screens. So the screens are here, here, and here, and they decrease the pore size of the screens. So you can see close up on this model, there's various types of trash that get caught in these screens that filter them out. So then we see right here is a lighter tissue paper showing that the water is cleaner before it enters the flocculation tank. And then flocculation occurs, which my colleague Bella will dive into, and then the result we have is clean water that flows into the rivers. So also I forgot to mention, this wall here is the overflow wall. So this would only happen if we had a sewage backup. So it would save money really, because we wouldn't be using this unless we absolutely had to.
So what is flocculation, you may ask? You might have heard the term flocking, and sometimes it's used in pools just to clean the water, but basically flocculation traditionally involves 3 steps. First, coagulants are added into the contaminated water, and they neutralize charges on the waste particles, making them semi-solid. Next, the actual flocculant is added into the water, and it binds the waste particles to one another. This creates clumps of waste referred to as flocks, which settle to the bottom of the container. Lastly, filters and screens remove the flocks from the water.
All right, Sharks, now we need your help. Unfortunately, the city of Pittsburgh just doesn't have the system set up in place to be able to do this, so we need funding. There's about 9 billion gallons of sewage overflow into the 3 Pittsburgh rivers every year, and 63 combined sewage systems that contribute to this problem. Each sewage system contributes about 143 million gallons of sewage overflow, and this sewage overflow needs cleaned.
Yikes!
The flocculation systems and all the things that we've talked about require money. It's not anything crazy. Obviously, we're just starting with one system, so we're asking for $850,000, but eventually our plan is to have this in all of the sewage systems in Pittsburgh, which is going to be a multi-million-dollar project, but we think with funding and people's support that we will really get there.
Yes. Currently, we're utilizing this system just in our local townships and neighborhoods, and hopefully in 5 years, we'd like to expand to the entire Pittsburgh area. We plan to partner with the environmental companies in Pittsburgh, and we hope that this inspires other cities and areas to also utilize this system as well.
Thank you, Sharks! We hope that this presentation encourages you to invest in water cleanliness to ensure the safety of those around you and the communities that we love the most. Thank you for considering our proposal.
Have a good day. Bye.